Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Halawet El Jibn is one of Foodie's favorite treats right now in Kuwait. She didn't do much to describe it beyond showing it and saying that it was made with cheese and semolina, so I thought I'd research it a bit and give it a try. Before we get to the recipes, let's see what Foodie has to say about it.
Okay, well, Dolly, I'm about to show you some Syrian desserts. Halawet El Jibn. Jubin is an Arabic word for cheese. Hi, welcome, Dolly. And this is, oh, yummy. It smells like rose water or flowers or something. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really unique taste. It's one of my favorite things. So the last time Salah went and got me a half kilo and I ate it all. So today he went out and he came back and he said, I got you something, a kilo of it. So I was like, oh my god.
So as it turns out, this is really simple to make. You start out with a simple syrup, add some semolina flour, and then a bunch of shredded cheese. I used mozzarella. It all comes together very fast, and you end up with a dough not dissimilar to Play-Doh. You let it cool for a bit and then you roll it out. Pretty thin, I guess, about 1/8 of an inch thick, and then you fill it with ashta, or clotted cream. You roll it up like a little jelly roll, stick it in the fridge, and cut it into little pieces. It's garnished with more simple syrup, crushed nuts, and a little bit of jam or flower petals on top. That's it. It's a really beautiful dessert. It's one of those delicacies that people make around the holidays, and they give them to friends and family, just like this. Please check out some of these TikToks if you decide to try and make it yourself. Now that I've actually made it, tasted it, and seen the ingredients that go in it, I'm really surprised that Foodie was able to eat this much of it. Okay, so maybe surprised isn't quite the right word, but I am shocked that Salah brought her so much of this. We don't have an equivalent in the Western world, but if you think of something like fudge, which is really sugary and fatty and very calorie dense, this is kind of like that. To put it into perspective, 1 kilo of this dessert would be 2.2 pounds of it. Can you imagine sitting down and eating 1 or 2 pounds of fudge, all by yourself? I did the math on my ingredients, and the half batch that I made came out to just under 2,000 calories for a dessert. Cut into lots of little pieces, sharing it with friends or family is really the only way you could eat all of it. As I was making it, I realized something. This is the Middle Eastern dessert equivalent of Foodie's melted cheese that she used to like to snack on in the middle of the night. Even for a small batch like I made, you still needed 2 cups of shredded cheese. That's a whole lot of calories. The clotted cream, or ashta, that you stuff it with is also very rich, and then you top it with simple syrup and pistachios. As for the flavor, I used orange blossom water, but you could also use rose water or vanilla sugar instead. The texture of the final product is very similar to Play-Doh. I actually really like this dessert, and it's pretty easy to make, but I could see how it would be an acquired taste for some. I think it's a combination of the heaviness of the semolina flour and the unique flavor of the rose water or orange blossom water that you use in the syrup. The little scraps you end up with are really tasty. Traditionally, you would use a dollop of rose petal jam, but I just used a little bit of strawberry jelly that I had on hand. You just need a little pop of color and a bit of brightness to add to the flavor as you put it on top for garnish. Like I said, this would be a really cool treat to share with lots of other people. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think. How do you think Halawet El Jibn looks? Would you give it a try? I'd love to hear from you.